Malika. The speaker asked me to go ahead and start this out with in our vernacular, and then maybe I'll speak in English, so that maybe those that don't understand our Chamorro language, maybe they can understand what I said in Chamorro. Antes de tatutuhon y bonito sea una ocasión para hamzo todos. Pabenrikot nisa hamzo ni maulik chetso mimizo. Zantori familia ni tori tempo man gagayi na man mahaso hamzo ki chetso mizo sa tori chetso mizo intingwa na jangin man holo hamzo gi correctional facility guahana biyahe na insida eji situation ni guahana biyahe na man chinuda namzo. Pues na posible pago pa benayam jo resolution pa maulik chetso mizo. Antes de be tutuhun, malago na be recognize my favorite speaker of the legislature, Tina Munya Barnes, and also my favorite senator, the secretary of the Guam legislature, Senator Amanda Shelton. And also I want to recognize the director of the Department of Correction, Samantha Brennan. And also Joy Terlaje, the Deputy Director for the Department of Correction. Joy, where are you from? Okay. And let me just restate what I said in tomorrow. I want to thank all of you for joining us here in this wonderful occasion, and for the things that you do, for the work that you do, and also for your family, and always caring for you, and always have that mindset of also worrying about you, because your work environment has always been there for 24 hours a day, and they fear that you might get hurt or something like that, because you choose that field to work in that hazardous working environment. So I want to thank all of you for taking that challenge and taking that field of interest, and to be the Department of Correction law enforcement. And I want to thank you all for your service. First off, before because we had, and Senator Shelton was kind of just telling me that she got tired of signing your certificates and all that, because I think we came out with 191 certificates. So I told her, I said, I'll donate. That stamp, like what I do at the office, just stamp it and you're okay. Before I share my thoughts this afternoon, please allow me to recognize my colleagues, and I did that already, who are joining us on this special day, not only to give recognition to all the men and women of the Department of Correction for your sacrifices, dedication, and most importantly, your courage in assuming such life-threatening career in the field of correctional law enforcement officers. I also want to give special thanks to your families who endure the daily pain and worries, knowing that their husband, wives, sons, and daughters are working in the Department of Correction and are faced with an environment of such life-threatening condition on a daily basis. I also want to give credit to the director and the deputy director for taking the challenge, because it's not an easy job being director and deputy director. There's some shortfalls in the Department of Correction that I know about, and I'm going to work hard on that. And I know the speaker and the senator here is supporting me on all those things that we need to really reinforce, not only the services, the security, the protection of each and every one of you, but also what you need in the Department of Correction, such as funding, and also security and the procedures that needs to be done to make sure that you guys are protected. And I got the support of the speaker and the senator and the rest of the 15 senators. They're supporting me on all the things that I want to do to kind of invigorate not only the enforcement part, but also to make sure that you guys are protected. And with that, before we go on, I want the speaker to give a few words.
Si Diyos masi, Sina Senator Pedo Terlaje, Manana si Diyos, many of God's blessings to all of you here. It truly is delightful, a pleasure and honor to take this time this afternoon to recognize each and every one of you for all that you do and sharing the same sentiments as the Oversight Chair on Law Enforcement. We know that the work that the Department of Correction officers do every day is a work that sometimes people don't recognize and acknowledge. But you guys are truly the unsung heroes because for what you have to do to protect our community goes without saying. And I know that the legislative secretary is going to recite the recognition to each and every one of you. But on behalf of the 35th Guam legislature and our people of Guam, we really truly want to extend an undunkle and a sizuos masi for the protections that you provide to our community. And as I look around the room and I see a lot of familiar faces, I see only a couple of new faces. I want to say that the Oversight Chair was right in the efforts of making sure that we continue to have the necessary officers needed to run the department. I know that there have been some trials that need to be worked out, and I know that as we continue to work closely with the administration and share in the logistics of making sure that the enough officers and new officers are provided, the training, the logistics needed, I want to take the time to say thank you again for giving us the legislature, the 35th Guam legislature, the opportunity to do a site visit with you and to recognize all the work that each and every one of you as officers do, again, to protect our community. And with that being said, congratulations. And I hope that as we continue to have some of our officers who I understand there may be several that are retiring, that we at least take the time to give the agency the new officers that are needed and give them and give all of you guys the training that you rightfully deserve. And that is going to go very much noticed, working closely with the administration. So to you, Madam Director and Mr. Deputy Director, thank you, Ms. Brennan and Mr. Terlaje for continuing to bring those issues, concerns on behalf of your officers. Thank you. Sainamasi.
Okay, we are here to present resolution number 132-35. This is relative to recognizing the Department of Corrections correctional officers and employees for their dedicated efforts to safeguard our island and observing May 18th to May 25th, 2019 as National Correctional Officers and Employees Week. Be it resolved by the Committee on Rules of Iminay 35 na Legislature in Guahan, whereas the Department of Corrections, DOC, correctional officers, and employees are dedicated professionals who help keep our citizens and community safe, and the DOC correctional officers and employees are responsible for the custody, care, and rehabilitation of hundreds of offenders every year, as well as the maintenance of safe and secure facilities. And the DOC correctional officers and employees train, mentor, counsel, and treat hundreds of offenders and provide them with a new focus while assisting with re-entry into life outside corrections. And effective programs are offered to address the diverse needs of the inmate population, which include but are not limited to substance abuse treatment, mentoring, life skills training, conflict resolution, and educational classes. And while individuals are incarcerated, they have the options of pursuing their general education development, GED certificate, and participating in programs such as work credit, work release, and educational release programs, which are created to grant qualified inmates a reduction of their time of incarceration by actively participating in and completing components of these rehabilitation programs. And through their work credit program, DOC is able to contribute remarkably to the beautification of our island by arranging and performing lawn maintenance by inmates at various locations, such as the Veterans Cemetery, the Harmon Sports Complex, Government House, the Department of Public Health and Social Services, and at various public schools and villages, thereby saving money for the government of Guam. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Committee on Rules of Immunay 35 na Legislatura in Guahan does hereby, on behalf of the Legislature in Guahan and the people of Guam, recognize the Department of Corrections correctional officers and employees for their dedicated efforts to safeguard our island and observe May 18th to May 25th, 2019 as National Correctional Officers and Employees Week. And be it therefore resolved that the Speaker and the Chairperson of the Committee on Rules certify, and the Legislative Secretary attest to the adoption hereof, and that copies of the same be thereafter transmitted to Mrs. Samantha J. Brennan, Director of Department of Corrections, and to Joey Allen H. Terlaje, Deputy Director, Department of Corrections, and to the Honorable Governor, Imagahan Guahan, the Honorable Lourdes A. Leal Guerrero. This is duly and regularly adopted by Immunay 35 na Legislatura in Guahan on the 21st day of May 2019. Signed by our Speaker, Tina Rose Muñoz Barnes, our Chairperson of the Committee on Rules, Regine Biscoli, and myself, Amanda Shelton. So now if we can call up the Director, the Deputy Director, and maybe everybody, Senator Pedo?
Yeah, we'll do that because there's not enough space.
Okay. First, the two of you first.
The director cannot release everybody up at DOC. Otherwise, there's going to be an immediate and quick release of some of the inmates up there. So I understand those that are not here today, but we do have their certificate. So I'm going to leave it up to the director to pass it on to those that are not here. I want to present this resolution to the director of the Department of Correction, who is just doing a good job and listening to the committee, my committee, and telling me what needs to be done in reinforcing some of the problems that we face within the Department of Correction, not with you guys, but with some of the equipments that we need to impart within the Department of Correction to make sure that you guys are well equipped with the things that you need to use in as far as your services. On behalf of the 35th Guam Legislature, we present you this resolution of recognition for you and your people and your department and Undangkaluna Sidus Masi for the service that you're doing, not only for the people of Guam, but for the Department of Correction and Undangkaluna Sidus Masi.
Thank you.
And Joey, this is in recognition to also the support that you're giving to the director, and also to the support that you're giving to the employees of the Department of Correction, and also for the things that you've been providing me in as far as making sure that we attend to the needs of the Department of Correction, and as far as supporting our people to make sure that everybody's safe and to make sure that we're doing our job and complying with the mission that is stated on your duties and responsibilities. So thank you. And where are you from, Doy? With that, ladies and gentlemen, let me...
Photo, and then we'll take everybody to come up behind us.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and take an official photo.
I'll have the, Madam Director, you want to code the names?
Let me get the certificates.
Get the certificates and you code the names and for them. I don't know if we're
Okay.
going to do an individual picture or do you want it maybe like
No, we'll
five
just.
at a time?
That'll be easier, ma'am.
Call the names. Please don't leave, everybody. Take your seats.
You can make that.
Yes, on behalf of the Oversight Chair, Senator Pedo Terlaje, we are now going to recognize the officers that did have the ability to come here today. So we will call the officers by name, and if your name is called, please come up and join us so you can receive your individual certificate of recognition. We truly believe in the 35th Guam Legislature that this recognition on your week and month gets recognized and that all of you deserve this special recognition. So if I may.
Right here, ma'am.
The names. Yes.
So as I call your name, please go down to the receiving and come this way, please. Major Anton Uggan. Letitia Uggan. Alan Borja. Jaina Borja.
Go back.
Go back, sir. Oh, wait, I just. Linda Marie Charfaris. Jaina. Catherine M. Cruz. Hold on. CM Cruz. Next. Christopher Donato. Thank you, ma'am. Arsenio F. Espino. Mark Fleming. Thank you, sir. Josita Harris. Larry Lorenzo. Thank you, Mark. Isaac Mantanotnia. Thank you. Milo Mapoti. Ovita Nauta. Thank you, AJ. Joey Pakaigi. Thank you. Michael Kanata. Good job, sir. May Kiragua. Mary Sablon. Ma'am. Ronald Santos. Frank Tainau. Thank you, ma'am. Patricia Timinglow. Thank you, sir. Lisa Monique Tainatango. Dean Tidegui. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Teresa Tayama. Lisa. Sir, thank you. Christina Toves. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Really have to say.
Samantha J. Brennan. You want to say something?
Again, ladies and gentlemen, it truly is an honor and a blessing from the 35th Guam Legislature to acknowledge the hard work that you continue to do and the appreciation that you've shared with us for this recognition. It goes without saying that the protections you do to safeguard our community is very important. It must be put in the forefront. But more importantly, as you guys continue to get your training and the continued education, but more so the collaboration that you have working closely with the government, with the branches of all three branches of government, this special recognition was very, very important to honor each and every one of you, and we do appreciate and thank you. So, undankulan na si Zeus Masi, si Zeus on bini DC Hamza Todas and Sina Masi for taking the time to be here this morning for your presentation and being here at your Congress building. Si Zeus on bini DC Hamza Todas. Okay.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for your participation this morning. There's one more recognition, though, Speaker, if I may. Sergeant Jean Itchafras from the Guam Police Department for So, Sarge, real quick, this is a certificate of appreciation for you, Jean. Reference to our corrections week when you open it up with the Star Spangled Banner in Chamorro. I truly appreciate everything that you're doing, not only for that occasion, but supporting the culture and the language, and I appreciate that. So with that, I just want to thank you for everything again that you're doing and continue. Jean, this is for you too. On behalf of the rest of the guys here, we'd like to present that to you. So thank you very much, Jean.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Terry.
Yep, Jean, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And last, Joey Terlaje.
Get all of that?
We did, ma'am. Yes.
Guys, and Dunklin, this is just Basi. Those that only have 2 stripes on your arm, I want to see 3 next time we meet, all right? This is Basi.